Your website can talk to other services. It can pull live weather, process payments, send texts, translate languages, all automatically. The thing that makes that possible is called an API. And I know that sounds technical. By the end of this video, you'll have connected one to your Airo AI Builder app. No coding, no backend experience. I'm Courtney Robertson, developer advocate at GoDaddy, and this is inside Airo AI Builder. Let's go. An API is a messenger. That's it. Imagine you're at a restaurant. You tell the waiter what you want. The waiter goes to the kitchen sends back your food. You never talk to the chef directly. The waiter is the API, carrying the requests and delivering results between two systems. Here's another way to think about it. Your phone's weather app doesn't have its own weather service station on the roof. It asks a weather service provider, "What's the forecast for my city?" And then it displays the answer to that question in the exchange. That's called an API call. If you want your website to show live weather, accept payments, display a map, send email notifications, or add an AI chatbot, all of those need an API. Connections payments, AI features, social media feeds, maps. If it comes from some outside service beyond your website, it's an API. So let's actually connect one. Let's meet Maria, who is based in the Belgrade area of Serbia and runs Beogradski Bites. It's a guided food tour through the city's biggest neighborhoods and tourist books online. And the number one question she gets, what's the weather going to be like? What should I wear? Instead of answering questions about 50 times a week, Maria wants her booking page to show the live weather forecast. And for that, she needs an API. We're going to use Open-Meteo. It has no API key required for basic use and covers weather data worldwide. It's perfect for the first API project. So the prompt that I gave indicated, add a weather forecast section for my tour booking page, use Open-Meteo API, no API key needed, and show the current temperature in Celsius for the weather condition, including sunny, cloudy, rainy, snow, and a 5-day forecast with daily highlights and lows. Display each day as a card with a weather icon and temperature. Place it above the booking forms so the tourists see before they look, and we can get back exactly the information that they need right before they book, and they're presented with that forecast. Notice that Maria included the city name, the API, the specific data that she wants, the format about where it goes on the page. That's a lot more specific than just saying, add weather to my website. That being more specific would be a better API prompt. Now the forecast will update automatically. Maria doesn't need to touch it every time that someone loads the booking page. The API fetches the latest weather from Belgrade. We're extending it by adding in this helpful note that you see here. The prompt that I gave it to include for the helpful note is to say that she wants to add a note based upon the forecast, something like rain expected. Bring a waterproof jacket or sunny and warm wear, comfortable shoes, and sunscreen. Let's take that back over to Airo AI Builder and ask it to add the tip visually and make it distinct. Use a color callout box with an icon and add smart packing tip that changes based upon the current conditions. If rain is predicted, suggest waterproof jacket and umbrella. If the temperature is above 30 degrees Celsius, suggest sunscreen and water. And if it's below 5 degrees Celsius, suggest warm layers. This will go below the weather forecast. You can see the tip box is visible in Airo AI Builder, and it's inserted right under that forecast. I love that it's saying that the cobblestones are charming, but even dress in layers you could peel off is a great tip as well. It's given me a bit more of a verbal description of the area. So the API data isn't just displayed, it's being used to generate real-time advice. That's the power of an API integration. Your site doesn't just show information, it responds to it as a quick security note. Your site doesn't just show information, it responds to it. As a quick security note for this demo, Open-Meteo doesn't require an API key, but most API keys do. Whether they be Stripe, OpenAI, Google Maps, when you use those, never paste your key into Airo AI Builder. Instead, we want to go to the settings and into the secrets. And you could give a secret name anything you want, like if this was Google Maps and you had your secret key back from Google Maps, you would enter that into the right-hand side. So whatever name you have for the services goes on the left and the value goes here on the right-hand side. To get out of settings, we can just go into our chat area again. Weather is just the beginning. Once you understand the API pattern, ask a service, get data, display it, the possibilities multiply. For payments like Stripe, Razorpay, or PayPal, we'll cover these in an upcoming video. Every payment button on every online store is an API call. For AI and chatbots, things like OpenAI and Gemini, add a chatbot that answers customer questions 24/7. That's an API to a language model. With maps, whether they be Google Maps, Mapbox, or something else, you could show your business location, delivery zones, or tour routes right to your site. In social media, you could pull your latest Instagram posts or Twitter feed into your homepage automatically. And then with notifications, you can send an email or SMS confirmation when someone books. That's an API to a service like SendGrid or Twilio. The pattern is always the same. Your app asks, the service answers, and your site displays the results. Once you get the concept, you can connect almost anything to anything. Got 3 tips for you. 1, APIs can cost money. Open-Meteo is free, but most APIs charge per request. OpenAI charges per token. Stripe takes a percentage for each transaction. Always check the pricing page before you connect to a service. Tip number 2, store your keys and secrets. I said it before, but it's worth repeating. Your API key is like a password. If you paste it into the chat or into your code directly, anyone who sees your code can use your account. Always use the secrets section in your app settings. And finally, start with one API. Don't try to connect payments, weather, AI, and maps all at once. Get one thing working, understand how it flows, then add the next one. So we went from having a booking page with no live data to having a site that pulls in real-time weather, generates packing tips, and updates automatically, all from a text prompt, no code. Try it yourself. Link is in the description. The Open-Meteo API is free, so you can follow along right now with 0 risk. If this was helpful, like and subscribe. In the next videos, we're setting up our payments, the API integration your customers are asking for the most. What API would you like to add to your sites? Weather, payments, AI, maps? Drop it into the comments below. Thanks.